Alrighty traders, welcome to the first part of how to make money with harmonic patterns. My name is Gary Fichardt, and what we're going to do in this live session right now, if this is the first time you've been here, we're going to go ahead and take a look at market direction based on harmonic patterns. Now, there's a three-part. This is the first part of our live session. We've got another session on Monday and another session on Wednesday. And how it's broken down is, firstly, number one, we've got to make sure that we understand market direction. So in this part one, we're going to go ahead and take a look at market direction. We're going to create charts around that. I'm going to share those workspaces with you. I'm going to show you how you can be able to get access to that and make it available to you. And then what's going to happen is, once we identify directional buys, then we're going to go ahead on Monday and we're going to make a decision of how we're going to go ahead and trade that. All right, and so Monday we're going to go ahead and use automation to trade in the direction of those time frames that we're looking to either buy or sell. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the actual details of how we're going to go ahead and identify directional buys. So welcome to the session. It is a live session. If you're watching this on the recording, fantastic. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so, because you're going to get notifications of when we go live. When I post new stuff, you definitely want to make sure that you don't only subscribe to the channel, but you also go ahead and click on the notification bell, so that when I do post videos or go live, you're going to be aware of it and you're going to get the notifications for it. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. Now, this session is going to be focused in on directional buys. So what I want to do is, I'm going to create a workspace. I'm going to create a new workspace right here, and I'm going to call this workspace, and I'm using a software called smarttrader.com. If you haven't already used the software, you can absolutely go ahead and check out in my description. There should be details in the description of how you can go ahead and use the software. And I'm going to go ahead and call this Harmonic Patterns. All right, there it is, Harmonic Patterns. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the first currency pair that I have on the list right here, and I'm going to go ahead and change this to the daily time frame. I want to use the daily time frame, and I'll change the template in a moment right here. I'm going to go ahead and add this. So I've created a new workspace. It's called Harmonic Patterns. And let me go ahead and actually, I've got a template I like to use. I'm going to go ahead and apply a template right here. And there it is, FxBigDog, that's my template. And I'm going to go ahead and also take a look at some chart settings here to make sure I have the right chart settings. And let's see here. Chart settings, I don't need that for right now. Perfect. Okay, cool. So this is the deal. So we're going to go to the charts. Now, I'm going to go ahead and break this down. All right, and how I'm going to break it down is, I'm going to go ahead and use a very simple concept, all right? Very simple concept of finding directional buys. Traders, listen, this is not going to be complicated, all right? I'm going to keep it as simple as possible, right, to make sure that everyone understands exactly how to do this. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and simply draw in some trends. And I'm going to do it, it's something in this way. I'm going to do it in this way right here. I'm going to go ahead and compress the charts, firstly, number one. I'm not really interested in this. I'm not interested in the bigger picture as much. I'm more interested in see how the market's been working its way in this trend right here. This is where my focus is. Remember, this is coming from mid-2017. So I've got a lot of data here to use to be able to determine what the market's doing. And if I look over here, I can see support, 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 market bouncing off support right here, and market bouncing off resistance, all right? So when we have resistance and support and the market's in a channel, it's very easy for us to be able to determine the directional bias. Okay, so we're going to keep it this simple, all right? We're going to keep it this simple. Now, for those that are viewing live, all right, this part one, we don't have a chat available, all right? I wanted to make sure that you guys focus more on what I'm doing than rather sitting there and throwing some chats out to me. But I am going to allow the chat to be activated next week, Monday. Monday next week, we'll have a chat available, so you can go ahead and ask me questions during the session, all right? Because we're all going to go ahead and talk things through. So let's go ahead and take a look right here. I'm going to go ahead and focus in, and we're going to go through this pretty quickly. I'll maybe move slow on some, but then eventually I'm going to move very quickly on this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and place my tops over here. And once again, I'm going to make this this workspace. Everything I'm doing here, you're going to have access to. And I'm going to go ahead and connect. I'm actually going to connect the this low right here. This is the last low we had before the high was created. All right, the major high was created. So this is going to be my directional bias. Right here, we can see we had support, support, support. There came off the last bit of support right here. And so what I want to go ahead and do is I want to look to sell from the top here and sell back down to support. So this is where I'm expecting support to be down here. Right. So if that's the case, now I'm not going to go through this on every pair because we'll talk about that on Monday. But if you go ahead and you look at the setup right here, all right, then what we should be looking for on the lower time frame, we should be looking for bullish patterns, bullish harmonic patterns on the lower time frame. Why is that going to be the case? Well, the reason why we want to look for bullish candlesticks is because we're anticipating price to start working itself down here and then start working this up. So if we can have a bullish pattern right here, we want to go ahead and start trading back up again, right? We absolutely want to go ahead and do that. And so what I've got here is I do have a tool called Smart Patterns here, right? And if I click onto this tool right here, it's going to give me the option here to scan quite a few different setups, right? Some of them I don't really want, but I want to go ahead and look for patterns. So I'm looking for patterns that are setting up that are going to help us identify. Now, I want to also go ahead and point out this. You know, if we have price that's in an uptrend like this, and it does something like this, where it creates a bullish pattern looking for price to move higher up because we've just come off support right here, this is a go. Even though it's in the middle of the trend, it's a go because we are expecting price to go up to the top of the channel right here. So when you see these type of things, when you see price indicating, and I'm going to show you another example right here. Okay, when you see price indicating, and here it is here, price was working its way back down right here, all right, and then came back up here. Why would we want to look to sell right here? We want to look to sell because why? Because price wants to go ahead and correct itself before going back up here. So not only did we have an opportunity to sell here, but we had an opportunity to buy here once we had the correction taking place. So you can see that traders, once you establish the directional bias, once we understand what the directional bias is, and we have support, we have support and resistance. So we have resistance at the top, support at the bottom, and we're trading back and forth between support and resistance. Now we can go ahead and throw in patterns that can help us to be able to trade in the direction of that move. And when we have these patterns forming in that structure, then we know that we can expect price to go bullish because we're looking for the top of the range, or bearish to go to the bottom of the range, or even this scenario where the price is looking to go bearish just because of a correction before we go to the top of the channel. All right, so there could be those different scenarios happening once we establish directional bias. Okay, so I want to make sure that we lay the foundation right before we go ahead and continue with this, so that you know that there are options when we're inside a trend, whether it's bullish or bearish, doesn't matter, or even consolidation. At least we have an idea where the turning points are going to be at the market, so that when the market starts moving and creates these patterns, we know exactly where to trade it. Now, as we go to the lower time frame on Monday, and we're looking for trading opportunities, we use the higher time frame to decide on the direction, and then we'll go to the lower time frame. We want to find the trend in that direction, and then find those patterns, just like I just said, in those different scenarios. Okay? Keeping it simple, and trust me, that's simple right now. All right, we can get a lot more complicated, but I'm going to keep it simple for you right now. So with that being said, let's go back to the chart. Okay, and I had to stand up a little bit there. I had a cramp in my leg. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here. So as I go ahead and set up my directional bias, let's go ahead and pull. I'm going to pull this down right here. I need to get some more room here. because I'm going to go through a lot more than just those pairs. There it is there. Let's see, a trade room, right, there we go. All right, so that was the Euro Aussie. Now I'm going to go to the EURCAD, start off with the EURCAD. And I don't need patterns right now, so I'm going to kill out the patterns. We'll talk about the patterns on Monday. All I want to do now is identify directional bias. So if I look over here and I compress the charts a lot, I notice that we had consolidation, right? We had consolidation right here. Market has broken out of consolidation. Now, when price breaks out of consolidation, what happens? It's got a target. And the target is normally the distance of the breakout, the range, and that's the distance of the breakout. So on the Aussie CAD, we're looking at a 1200 pip breakout from here to there. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1200 pips down here, which is going to be right about here. Okay, so this is where we're expecting price to go to. All right, right about there. Now this is the breakout right here. So we can go ahead and label this, and we can call this range breakout. Very original, right? Very original. Let's go ahead and call it breakout right here. Let's call it range. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to use another tool here. There we go. That's better. And I'm going to kill that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and call this range breakout right here. Target. All right. Sorry, my bad. Range breakout target right here. Let's see. Let's drop that down to 24. There we go. So we know where the range breakout target is going to be here. In fact, let me drop that to the bottom. There we go. So now we know where the range breakout. So we can expect EuroCAD to continue the sell-off towards this level right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some trend lines. Okay, here's the trend lines going down. I'm actually going to get a little bit more aggressive on this, and I'm going to use this as my trend line right here. And the reason why I've got this set up the way it is because I'm going to go to the lower time frame on Monday, and we're going to find trading opportunities. So I'm not looking for a long-term setup, but I do want to identify where market direction is. Okay, now if we are in a downtrend, all right, we're in a downtrend, you can see that there's still a lot of movement to the downside right here. But price could come back up to retest the breakout of this trend right here. Remember, we would have had a trend that took place right about here. Right, this is the channel going up right here. And so price breaks that. Guess what happens? Price comes back up to retest it. So price is going to break, come back up, drop. All right. So in the short term, so when looking at this right here, in the short term, we could expect price to want to go ahead and correct itself. So if we get a pattern appearing right here that says that price is going to move back up again, we can buy into that because we understand that price retraces, then it drops back down. So we know that this could be a short-term rally before price moves down again. So we have a very clear understanding of exactly what price is going to do, just because of the fact that price dips, then retraces, dips, retraces. So we can buy up here, or we can sell over here when price goes back up again. So if we get patterns appearing right here indicating price is going to move up, we can trade it, giving us the highest probability. All right. So we're going to go ahead and look at that on Monday. So what I'm going to do here on this chart, I'm going to say that we're bearish. All right. We're bearish, but we could be expecting some sort of retracement. All right. We're bearish on this one right here. We're looking for price to move down, and then going to go ahead and move back up again. But we're going to have these short-term moves. Now, if I'm going to have some short-term moves on this, then what I need to do is let's add on another chart. I'm going to add on another chart right here. I'm going to go ahead and say new chart. Let's go ahead and add on Aussie CAD, sorry. Do Aussie CAD on this one. And I'm going to go to like a 30-minute time frame. I'm really going to get down low. All right, 30-minute time frame. I'm going to add this one on. Now I'm going to go ahead and just update my workspace. I'll just clean up here. And let's see here. I'm going to use FxBigDog workspace here. Perfect. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do here is On the 30-minute chart, I'm going to throw in the patterns. Let's go ahead and throw in the patterns right here. Right, this is patterns. I'm going to use certain patterns I don't want to use. All right, cool. There we go. All right, so now I've got patterns over here. Now, as you can see right here, as price started to work its way back down right here, look how we got a nice little pattern over here. This was a butterfly pattern setting up over here, giving us a nice little move to the downside. Here was a bullish pattern, right? Now, the only way we would trade this bullish pattern right here, let me enlarge this a little bit more. The only way we would trade this bullish pattern is if we're anticipating correction move. Now, if you take a look over here, our target price did hit, all right? And so we were good to go, but I'm only going to trade that if I feel confident enough that price is looking for retracement. Now, I want to go ahead and say this. Listen here, if we're in a downtrend and you say, well, Big Dog, I do not want to trade anything that is bullish, all right? And you only want to stick to the trend. I get it, I understand it, and I completely agree with some of you. Say, okay, I get it. Stick with the trend. The trend is your friend until it bends. And if you want to stay with trades in that direction only, we can do that, all right? We can do that. But we'll take a look at the options and we'll give you the options. But yes, if the trend's bearish, stick to downward trends. Stick to bearish setups, all right? Price is going to move lower and you can profit from that. We'll take a look at that as well, all right? So here is the 30 minutes. So we're going to look at the 30-minute time frame. We can actually, I may even go to the daily, the 1 hour. And let me go to the 1 hour right here. Now I want to go ahead and say this too. The lower the time frame, right? The lower the time frame, the more patterns you're going to get in that direction. But you may get also more false signals. But if we stick to a strategy that's going to allow us to be able to trade in the direction of the trend, at least we're giving ourselves a higher probability for success on that. All right, very important that you do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue with our analysis right here. So this is the Aussie CAD, and if I look at the Aussie CAD right here as well, we do have a inside trend right here that's showing bearish. And yeah, I get it. We're looking at a correction move at the moment right now, and this is why. If we take a look over here, all right, here we have a corrective move taking place, and we have a bounce over here. So what's happening right now? Price is doing this. Price is bearish, all right, we're nice and bearish. We're looking for price to come back up to this level right here, and if price comes back up to this level, then we're going to look for it to sell off back down. So this is where it's in support. So we're looking for a correction. When price comes to the backside of this trend line right here, guess what? If we have any pattern appearing on the lower time frame, any bearish pattern hidden on the lower time frame, it's time to go ahead and look to sell. Okay? So when we go down to the lower time frame and we look for a trading opportunity, it's going to be, if it's a 1 hour, 15 minute, 30 minute, whatever it is, you're going to look for all bearish signals. All right, all bearish signals on the 1 hour, or these bearish patterns. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. So that's the Aussie. Let's go Aussie Swiss, and I'm going to go through this and I am going to make this available to everyone. All right, once I'm done, I'll make this available to everyone. So here is the Aussie Swiss. Let's just take the most recent movement. All right, most recent movement is giving us a nice little bearish move right here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and draw in a channel line. Why do I draw the channel line? I draw the channel line so I can see where price is going to bounce. I like to take the last low, use it there. And so now I know, and I look at this one and I say, well, you know what? If price is going to retrace back up, we're still looking for some bearishness, right? We've got, oh, hang on, wait a minute, my bad. Wait a minute. No. Hold on a second. Here, this is what's happening. All right. So we may be in a downtrend. Price has never come back up to retest the backside of the downward channel on the top side right here. So we could see price wanting to go back up again and work its way up here, test the backside of the trend line, then work its way back down south. So it would be not a bad idea to start looking for bullish candles to come back up here. All right, you can see the last time we came off the trend line was up here at the top, then it hit the bottom. Now we're expecting the top to be retested again. Okay, so we can expect some bullish candlestick formation. And if price moves further down here and it hits this level and we buy over there at that point, we're still looking pretty bullish on this particular chart. Right, we're still looking bullish right here. So whether it comes here or if it comes a little lower down here, all right, we're still going to be looking for bullish patterns. If I go down to the 1 hour time frame and look on the 1 hour time frame, nothing's coming as of right now. There's nothing appearing on the 1 hour yet. All right, just go ahead and take. And by the way, I'm not going to go ahead and jump into any trades before the weekend. All right, we're going to get ready on Monday. Monday's going to be a session at 1 o'clock. We're going to look for trading opportunities that are going to be in the direction of the trend. We'll make a decision of exactly how we're going to play it out then on Monday. All right, so let's go to JPY. This is Aussie JPY right here. All right, and Aussie JPY is going to be the same thing right here. I'm going to go ahead and put in some trend lines. Now, trader, we can all see that price has gone ahead and broken through here. All right, and so we're now seeing that there is a new trend, and this is a little more complicated right here, but the trend is a little flat on us. So we're looking at this as a little flatter trend right here. Draw that in there. And so we're now expecting price to bounce off here and go into a top of the trend right here. So if we're going to get patterns over here at the top, what are we going to do? We're going to sell it. All right, we're going to sell it. So if I go to the 1 hour time frame, look at this. All right, you see this right here? This is the ideal spot right here. You see how price moved up on the 1 hour time frame, gave us a nice little bullish signal right here. This is now showing us that price is moving just like we're expected. You see right here? Hit the bottom over here, hit the bottom, started working its way back up, gave us a nice 1 hour bullish signal right here. This is a go. All right, this is a go. Why? Because it's telling us that price is working its way up to the top of the channel. And so this is a buy right here. There you can see we're going to enter the market, right? Enter the market, put our stop loss there, look for our target over here. This one's already paid out right now. All right. So we're going to go ahead and look for these opportunities, and we look for these opportunities. Once price gets to those levels, we are going to anticipate a buy option and then look for targets and profits. Right? Targets and profits. All right. Okay, I just actually got a bit of information from one of the students saying that the screen's gone a little blur. So I want to let you know. Let me see what could be the case. I'm going to try and see if there's something I can do on this side. There's probably not much I can do on this side right here. But let me go ahead and see if there's something I can do. I don't think so. Let me see. Okay, the camera's on. Let's see, the camera's on. That should be working good right now. Let's go back to this. If this is not clear, the recording should be very clear. So once I go ahead and once it gets posted on YouTube, it should be a lot clearer. There may be a little bit of an issue with regards to the quality right now. I will definitely review that and see if I can fix it up next time if it is a little bit bad. But there's not much I can do right now, but I will go ahead and see if I can do something later. Let's continue, because when I post the video, you're going to be able to look at all the details and it should be clear on the posting. All right. Okay. And I appreciate Karen letting me know, giving me a heads up on that. And this is why when I go live, I should have the chat working so I can get this information coming through live. All right. So on the AUDJPY right here, on AUDJPY, we're looking for price to move back up again. Again, we'll look for trading setups on Monday, because price may be moved up over here at the top. All right, we'll see how Monday plans out, and we'll make decisions on Monday. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next setup. The next setup is Aussie New Zealand dollar. Aussie New Zealand dollar. Let me go ahead and pull this one up right here. Now, Aussie New Zealand dollar is a no-brainer. We can definitely see that price is inside consolidation. So what do you want to do? All right. What we want to do is we want to look for bullish opportunities. As price comes down here, we're looking for price to move back up to the top. Right. So we're looking for price to move back up to the top right here. So finding bullish candlestick formations on the lower time frame. And by the way, when we're inside large consolidation right here, maybe, just maybe, sometimes it's good to go ahead and look for patterns that are on a larger time frame rather than a smaller time frame. But what we do know down here is that we are looking for bullish patterns. So anything bearish, I'm not going to be interested in anything bearish unless I'm expecting a big retracement move. And if I don't see a big retracement move, then I'm simply going to stand aside and not going to do anything. All right. So very important that we understand that. Let's move on to the next currency pair. So bullish on the Aussie New Zealand dollar. Let's go to Aussie US dollar right here. And here we have Aussie US dollar. Again, a very simple concept. Use trend lines. All right, trend lines coming from the top down here. This will be our most recent trend line. We've now got two connected highs right there. And so our level of support will be down here. All right, so we're looking at, and yeah, here's a great example of what we can anticipate. Price has moved, and this is where we're going to go ahead and use this as well in our analysis. You can see our price has gone ahead and created a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're looking for a deeper correction move. Maybe to come back to retest the backside trend line. Maybe just to go into a retrace move before heading down south. So, looking at the daily time frame, we can anticipate bullish patterns. All right, we can anticipate bullish patterns. So if we go down to the 1 hour and you see a bullish pattern on the 1 hour, you want to get in on that. So right now, no bullish pattern yet, but if we get a pattern appearing right here and indicating bullish sentiment, then we know that price is going to start working its way back up to the back of the channel. And we want to go ahead and trade it. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and put in some Fibonacci's right here. I don't want to get too technical, but there it is there. All right, there it is there. And so I'm expecting price to move up and go into a correction move. So come Monday, it's most likely, if we haven't completely completed this retracement move, it's most likely that Aussie US dollar will be looking for a buy opportunities, which means bullish patterns. All right, we're going to look for bullish patterns that we're going to go ahead and trade. All right, that's going to be on the Aussie US dollar. Let's go to the next one, Canadian Swiss franc. Now, listen, I want to make sure that everyone understands something right now. All right, what we're doing here is we are defining directional bias. All right, we're defining directional bias. We have to know what our directional bias is in order to be able to trade in the right direction. So we're taking the time today to prepare. All right, we're taking the time to prepare. It's Friday, we get the weekend. Once we come into Monday, we're ready to rock and roll because we're doing all the preparation now. Come Monday, we know we're going to be trading the weekly setups. So which means that whatever the market set up right there, we'll take each pair and define where it's inside the structure and define whether or not it's at support or resistance, or if you're looking for a correction move. And we'll make a decision whether to go buy or sell on that particular currency pair. So preparation is key right now. Preparation is key. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. So this one right here, Canadian Swiss. We can see here on a Canadian Swiss, we got a lot of support right about here, a lot of resistance here at the top. It's actually range bound, but it's in a wedge, and so we'll be expecting some breakout. So very easy to decide on what to do here, right? And it's pretty much what we've been talking about all morning so far. We came off support. We're looking for price to come up to the top, right? So if price is going to come up to the top, what are we looking for? We're looking for bullish candles, all right, or these bullish candlestick formation. Now, whether we have it on a 15-minute time frame, whether we have it on a daily time frame, it doesn't matter. It depends on how you want to trade it. And if I get a bullish candlestick formation forming here on the daily, I'll trade it. If it happens on me on the lower time frame, I will trade it. Here's a great example right here. Check this out. Here we have a pattern appearing right here on the chart. Now this pattern, let's see what it says here. This pattern would have failed on us. Look at, oh, hang on, no, wait a minute. No, it's not. All right, and I'll explain that on Monday. All right, this pattern we actually broke even. So on this pattern, we would have broke even, and I'll explain to you why we broke even on this pattern. All right, but this pattern would be a break-even pattern. I'll talk about that on Monday. All right, so we're still looking for bullish patterns. We're still going to be buying all bullish patterns. All right, we're going to still buy all bullish patterns. Let's go ahead and take a look right here on the next chart. Next chart is going to be Canadian JPY. All right, now again, we've got this big, let's see here, big trend going down right here. It's all the way from the top. But if you, if I had to go ahead and do this correctly, this trend line right here would be something like that. All right. Now price has gone ahead. Now this trend line is not helping me at all, right? We'd all agree, right? This trend's not helping at all. But this right here may be a little bit more useful, right here. So I'm going to go ahead and kill this one and focusing on this. Why is this becoming a lot more useful for me? Well, because this is where price is currently trading right now. Okay, so price is currently trading right here, right at that resistance. Check it out. There it is. So what are we thinking on the Canadian JPY? I'm thinking bearish. Right? I'm thinking bearish right here. So if I get a bearish candlestick formation forming on the lower time frames, I want to go ahead and trade that. If I get something on the larger time frames, on this daily time frame, I may want to even go ahead and trade that as well. Right? So we're getting a setup right here that's developing right here that we could possibly go ahead and look to sell. But we're going to wait and see what happens on Monday. But JPY, CADCHF, looking bearish. Let's go to Swiss JPY. All right, Swiss JPY. Again, I can compress my charts to look at the bigger picture, but what I'm really interested in is what's happening right about here. All right, do we have price? Does that look like a great trend line? No, it doesn't. So let's kill it. I hate it when that happens. All right, let's kill it. Let's take a look right here. All right, I'm seeing something else now. As I compress the charts, I'm looking for something else, and I'm seeing something else here. I see a lot of support down here. Price bouncing, and now it goes up to resistance. See that? Check that out. So let's focus in on this. All right. Don't get distracted by the trend or anything else. Focus on what patterns you're seeing right now. So yeah, we've got resistance. Guess what? Price wants to come back to resistance. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and do this. Yeah, we got support. It makes sense why price wants to move back up. So what patterns do you want to look for? Do you want to look for bullish patterns or bearish patterns? You want to go for bullish patterns, right? Now, I agree. For those that are a lot more technical, they say, well, big dog, we've got nice little swings over here. All right. We could go in a retracement. Well, if that's the case, then no, I don't think we are, because we're in a fourth wave move. We're looking for price to move up to this 127 right here. So that will probably not be a factor. If we get to the 127, if price does this, and moves up right here, and at this point I get a bearish bearish pattern. If I get a bearish pattern right here, it could be in a cipher pattern, right? If I get a cipher pattern appearing right here, I would want to go ahead and look to trade it down south, because what I'm looking for is a correction move before price moves back up again. So even though we're looking for upside trends, I'm okay looking for a pattern that's going to be in a correction move, because I'm expecting correction. If these patterns appear that have a 74% success rate, I'm going to go ahead and trade that. All right, I am going to go ahead and trade that. So we'll take a look at that on Monday, see where we're at on Monday, but it may be an opportunity for us to go ahead and look at, right? And look for bearish. If it comes up here to the 127, I may go ahead and look to sell. So that's the Swiss JPY. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Euro Aussie right here. And I'm hoping to get through all the currency pairs this morning. That's why I'm moving as fast as I am through this right here. All I'm doing is taking a very simple approach to the trading. All right. And right now, this one's going to be a little bit crossed out over some of the candles right here. But I'm just trying to get directional bias, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to pull this one up here. Oopsie, my bad. Right about here. Now, once I got this, listen here. This should be a no-brainer right here. All right. We've come off support, support, support. What are we looking for? Looking for price to come back up to resistance, right? So what are we looking for? We're looking for bullish patterns on this pair right here. Bullish patterns on the Euro Aussie. All right. We're expecting Euro Aussie to rally and then go ahead and start bullish patterns. If you've got a lower time frame, seen anything yet? No, nothing yet. We should be looking for some next week. So come Monday, we're going to start deploying on Monday, bullish on the patterns. Any bullish patterns, we want to trade it. All right, we want to trade it. Now, if you're asking me the question, if you're wondering, Big Dog, are these patterns correctional patterns or are they continuation patterns? Well, harmonic patterns are continuation patterns and they are reversal patterns. All right, so when you see a reversal pattern, which means that the trend is up and now you're looking at a bearish pattern, do we trade it? Well, I'll only trade it if I'm expecting a correction. All right. So if I see the market creating a 5-wave pattern, a 5-wave sequence, and which, by the way, if you didn't know what that is, it's called Elliott wave, right? When I see an Elliott wave structured in a 5-wave sequence, and I'm expecting an ABC correction move, then I can anticipate using a reversal pattern to trade it in the correction. But if the market is still trending, then absolutely my mindset is still staying bullish on everything. So I'm looking for continuation patterns, not reversal patterns. And by the way, a butterfly pattern can be a reversal or it can be a correction pattern. It depends how it's set up within the structure. All right. So it doesn't matter. There's not one of the patterns are just reversals or just continuation patterns. All the patterns are reversal and continuation patterns. But it depends on the structure, whether it is a correction move in a bigger move or it is a continuation move in a bigger move that we've just had an ABCD correction. All right. So we'll get into that again next week. So here is the Euro Aussie right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at EURCAD. And again, if you look at this bigger structure right here, which I'm not really particularly concerned about, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it in here. Here we have tops up here. We have a bottom down here. So if I do this, this tells me that overall we should be heading south, right? Overall we should be heading to the bottom of the range. But if I add now in the short term right here, look at this downward trend. In the short term, we have a nice little downward trend right here. Right. And so this gives us a little more idea, a little bit more educated idea or educated direction as to what price may expect to do. So we could come up to the resistance level right here, but traders, what we're going to be looking for right here is bearish patterns. So EuroCAD, we're going to look for bearish patterns. Any sort of correction move, any sort of rally in the EuroCAD right here may continue to work its way back down south. So any bearish patterns on the snap. You kidding me? Look over here. Now, look, we're not going to trade this. All right, hold back. We're not going to trade this. First, number one, this pattern's already gone. This is the entry point right here. All right, this is the first target. Here's the actual target we're looking at. We're looking at that to be the target. This is the entry point to go ahead and sell. That would have been the stop. So this is a pattern that appeared right here that we'll be looking to trade. Now, we'll talk about adjusted patterns. We'll talk about invalid patterns in the next two parts, all right, part 2 and part 3. We will talk about those patterns because you can have invalid patterns. You can have adjusted patterns, all right? And we'll talk about how we're going to trade that, all right? We'll talk about how we're going to trade that. Now, let's go ahead and continue. Interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and continue and go to the Euro Swiss. And Euro Swiss, I'm going to go ahead and put some downward trend lines right here. All right, there it is there. So on the Euro Swiss right here, let's see here. We still got a lot of, look here, this is where traders get really confused, right? This is where traders can be quite confused. because you're looking at the setup right here, and when you look at the setup, what are you seeing? You're seeing that price, okay, is moving from this level to that level, and now we're expecting it to come back down to this level right here, okay? Now, if you actually take a look at the way the market is waved, there are Fibonacci's that are respected as support and resistance in the market. So this would be right here. All right, this would be right. Actually, in fact, let me take a look here. Oh, wow. All right, here it is right here. So here we actually had price moving down here. Let me see here. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, ABC. All right, so this means that we've got price hitting resistance here, or the support there. And then the next move is going to give us this down here. That's going to find support here at this 127, right about here. So although we're in a downtrend here, all right, although we're in a downtrend, we didn't really come back to retest this level right here, the backside of the trend line, but we're hitting a support level. I'm going to think that if I get a bullish pattern appearing on the Euro Swiss franc down here, I'm going to start thinking to do buy. Why? Because I'm expecting a correction move to come back to retest the backside of the trend line. Right? Although we haven't tested the bottom of the trend line, it's most likely that price is going to move up first and then move down because of the wave structure that we're seeing here. We'll figure that out on Monday. We'll make a decision as to whether we're going to buy or sell. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the pound. This is Euro Pound. Now, Euro Pound is a no-brainer. If you look at the chart right here without me doing anything on the chart, you should be already saying, big dog, I got it. I got this one. All right, I know what I'm doing on this one right here. And this one is a no-brainer. Look at that. Look at that. Let's see. If we break through the bottom of that consolidation right here, then of course all bets are off, right? But right now, buy, 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 and buy right there. What are we looking for? Looking for price to come back up to what? Sell, sell, and now sell right here. So we're looking for pound or Euro Pound to start rallying back up again. We're looking for Euro Pound. So what do we look for? We're looking for bullish candlestick formation down here. All right, we want to trade all bullish candlestick formation. Not this bearish, but bullish. All right, and we don't want to go ahead and trade in the middle of the road. We want to trade it based on what we've seen right here. So we want to trade bullish candlestick formation. We'll check it out on Monday. All right, directional buys first. Trade. Remember, today is number one, part one. Part one of the series is finding direction. And the reason why I broke it down in these three different parts is because I want you to understand. I want to focus so much on directional buys today. Forget about trading today. Let's just prepare ourselves, find directional buys. Then Monday, we'll start getting into the actual trades. All right? We have to break it down that way so that you understand it better that way. EURJPY, let's go to this one. Now, EURJPY, I'm going to go ahead and once again just pick up this last trend right here. And this is what it looks like right there. Oops, my bad. There we go. All right. So we've actually come off support right here. It's got very close to the resistance. So and we've actually broken through a trend line right here. So we've broken through the short-term channel right there. And with us breaking through the short-term channel, we expect your price to come back to what? Retest the backside of this trend line? Yes. And what is it doing? It's doing exactly that. So what are we going to be thinking about doing? We should be thinking sell right here. All right. And if we're thinking sell right here, then what we want to do is we want to look for bearish patterns on the 1 hour or the lower time frame. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything on the 15. Let's see if we can pick up anything on the 30-minute. Oh, there was a nice little pullback right here from there. And that's right. You know, if you look over here, price broke through. Now we're looking for correction and then sell off again, right? And this pattern right here was a beautiful example of that just happened right there. Now, have you noticed that these patterns, a lot of the time, when you have these patterns forming and they're very and they are high probability patterns, you often get, it's normally a long wick. You'll notice a lot of times it's a long wick down here. And so if you get in based on the rule set here, right, based on the rule set, you are going to be in the money by the time that candle closes out. All right, but we'll talk about that again on Monday. So there it is there, backside of the trend line. Let's go ahead and take a look at the euro. So we're looking to sell on EURJPY, but now let's look at Euro New Zealand dollar. And Euro New Zealand dollar looks like it's created a crown. All right, for those that don't know what a crown is, it's taken out the lows right here. And so we've got a left tip and we've got the right tip right here. So yeah, we've got a crown, but also with this crown, we can also see that there's quite a bit of consolidation too. All right, quite a bit of consolidation, and the right and left tip is really the top of the consolidation. So I'm going to go ahead and focus more on the consolidation phase that we've got right here. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I can mark it off there from the lows. There it is there, and you know what? I'm going to take it to the highs there. Give it the best opportunity right here. So if I take it to the highs right here, I'm actually in the middle of the road. I haven't really touched the top, nor have I touched the bottom down here. So we're actually in the middle of the road. This Euro New Zealand dollar may be one of the pairs that we're just not going to do anything on. Okay, so it's very possible. Now, if I was going to do something, it may be based on this right tip, left tip crown, and saying, well, if we got to the right tip, we've broken through the trend line, we're testing the backside right here, maybe short term, we could actually be heading south right here. So I think the Euro New Zealand dollar, if anything, will be looking for a sell to the bottom side of the trend right here. All right, we'll take a look and see where we're at on Monday. But most likely, be a sell. But we'll check it out on Monday. Let's go ahead and take a look at Euro US dollar. We spoke about Euro US dollar already. We already covered that. That was the first one we covered. Let's go to pound Aussie. Pound Aussie has got a trend line going up from here. So we're currently bullish on this one right here. And we are just about, let me see here. Actually, I can bring that down a little lower. Yeah, we should be looking at pound Aussie sell-off. Right? Looking for it to come back down to the bottom of the channel right here. So bearish candlesticks. Sorry, my bad. Bearish patterns. Looking for price to move back down here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at CAD. And traders, you don't have to make it too complicated. Don't complicate things. Don't overanalyze because it may create a problem. All right, it may create a problem. You don't want to overanalyze. If you overanalyze, you may end up sitting back and saying, I really don't know what to do. All right, it's too much information. All right, and sometimes it could be an overload of information that can put you into some sort of confusion as to what the markets really want to go ahead and do. Now this one's very simple, right? Resistance, resistance, resistance. Now looking for it to come back to support. Why? Because once we hit resistance, we now look for support. All right, there it is. So we know what it would do over here on the Canadian. So pound CAD, we know what to do. All right, we're going to be selling, looking for selling bearish patterns on the pound CAD. Let's go to pound JPY. Pound JPY right here, we got support coming off here. We got resistance over here at the top, broken through a downward trend. You know what? This one right here, and listen, it's okay. All right, doesn't matter how much experience you have in the market. It's okay to say, I don't want to touch this pair. All right, I don't want to trade it. All right, I'm not feeling it right now. All right, and trading is not about actually my emotions and feelings. But if I have to work too hard to find directional bias, then it's probably because it's not really clear. All right, and I should rather prefer to go ahead and find something else. So on this particular pair right here, if I look at this right here, I'm looking for trend. I don't like the trend. I'm looking for consolidation. I don't like consolidation here. There's nothing nice about the pound JPY that I'm seeing right now. All right. I'm going to throw in a trend line going down right here, see if anything matches up. And all I'm seeing is a break of the trend line. So maybe we're going to go bullish. All right. That could be. We got support coming off over here. not exactly to its same level, but we've got support over here. Support was never matched up there. Break of that trend line. Listen here, I'm going to leave this one on the sideline. If anything, if I have to force something on, which I probably don't want to do, I might go ahead and look for bullish patterns. All right, I may go because we have broken through this channel right here, and we are trading the backside of that, which is support, which we're expecting price to then go ahead and rally. That makes sense. But do I want to go ahead and trade it right now? Probably not. We'll check it out on Monday. Maybe Monday we check it out. This is Pound Swiss. Pound Swiss may be giving us the same sort of look. All right, maybe a little bit of consolidation right here. Let's see here. Not a whole bunch. All right, but that's about all I can take from this. Support. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little deeper. And here it is right here. Let's go ahead and grab this. Put it support right here. Now we're looking for price to come back up to resistance. So this may be an opportunity for us to go ahead and look for bullish patterns. Now, what I probably would do on Monday is I'm going to look and see whether or not price has gone ahead and given me a reason to start buying on a fourth wave move. And so, which means that fifth wave should be up here. This will be the final move to the upside. So buying on bullish patterns just may be the way to go. All right, just may be the way to go right here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look and see what else we've got going here. Pound New Zealand dollar. Let's take a look at that. Pound New Zealand dollar, we've got consolidation right here. We're right at the top in Pound New Zealand dollar. And if that's the case right here, resistance. Now we're looking for support. Right? Support. Didn't quite get the support there, so we're looking for price to come back down support. So we'll be looking for support. So this could be a double top right here. Our confirmation point for the double tops will be right about here. So price needs to break through the confirmation point in order for we able to identify and confirm the double tops right here. And then we'll be looking for price to move back down to the bottom range. In fact, if you take that distance there, and at the breakout, that'll be the distance. That's where we can anticipate the head and shoulder breakout target to be around about here. All right. But this is not confirmed yet as double tops. But you know what? Because we had resistance, man, it's a no-brainer, man. We want to just go ahead and look to sell on these patterns. Now, we may not get the patterns originally. A pattern may not come up like first thing on Monday morning. But maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll get some pattern. But what we do know is that we're going to look for bearish patterns. All right. So if we go to this 30-minute chart right here, I'm going to flip it over to a 1 hour. Oh, are you kidding me? Are we restarting here on Friday morning? First thing right here. Take a look at that. And so far, price has hit the first target. So far, there it is. And so if price hits the first target, I'm going to move my stop to break even. Oh, by the way, that is the strategy I just told you right there. All right. So if we get to this first target right here, it's time to go ahead and protect your position. Move your stop to break even. Because why? Because if the market's going to go back up again, you want to get the heck out of Dodge. All right. But if the market continues to move to our second target right here, then we can go ahead and cash out. All right. All right, so there's the possibility there on pound New Zealand dollar. All right, how are we doing in time? 54 minutes into the session. Let's take a look and see if we can cover some more pairs before we close off. Pound US dollar. Pound US dollar. Well, we got this big. Oh, look at this. Now, pound US dollar is really interesting because why? Well, we've got this bearish trend that's gone down right here. That's the bearish trend. All right, but price has gone in and taken out that high. Now, that means that there's a reversal pattern here in the form of a crown. So what we can expect probably is pound to drop a little bit and then start rallying. May not drop a lot, but it's eventually going to start rallying. And if it does rally, we want to be in that. So although we don't have a channel set up right here, I can go ahead and maybe put in what I'm going to call as a probability channel. And it looks something like this. This is where the breakout, this is my probability channel right here. And what that means is that I'm expecting price to move down, retest, and then go back up again. Now, clearly this probability channel is not really as convincing to me as it should be when I've got actual highs and lows I can connect it to, but I'm going to have to wait. Now, what I also have right here that I have to also go ahead and identify right here is that we've got bottoms down here. Look at that. Now, this could be consolidation or it could be double bottoms, right? Double bottoms, we've got to take out the confirmation point in order for it to confirm. But right now, I can say that we've got a bullish crown right here. I mean, how is this for confirmation? All right, we got a bullish crown setting up over here. We got potential double bottoms down here, or maybe consolidation. We know price wants to go back up to the top of the range because of that. This is a no-brainer. Come on, guys, a no-brainer, right? I love these no-brainers because when I have to think on a Friday, it's really tough to think on a Friday. But yeah, we're going to expect price to come back down, then rally up. So we may want to be a little patient on this, but we certainly want to look for bullish setups. Now, if we got a bearish bearish pattern, that also is an option here. Because why? Because we're expecting pound to dip. If we got a bearish pattern, we can go take profit, then look for a reversal, and then start looking to go back up again. And by the way, we can trade any time frame you choose to. All right. So here's the 1 hour time frame right here. We're looking for bearish patterns. Let's go ahead and flip it over to the 30-minute time frame. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Let's go to the daily. Nothing there on the daily. Let's go back to the 30. All right. So we'll look for a pattern on the lower time frame to be able to trade, right, on the pound US dollar. And we've got a few more left. I'm going to leave it at that. All right. I'll cover up I'll go ahead and cover the other currency pairs. And then if you want to go ahead and review the video afterwards, if you're watching it live right now and you want to review it after it's been posted, you can go ahead and do so. So you can check out what we're going to be doing step by step. That's fine. But this is pretty much where we're at right now. So we're currently at the moment right now, we're in good shape. We're in absolutely good shape right now because we've identified directional buyers. We know exactly, let's see if it's working right. We've confirmed our directional buyers. So all we need to do now is once we've confirmed our directional buyers, let's give Friday close a chance to go ahead and develop whatever it needs to do. We're going to see Sundays open. We may have some gaps in the market on Sunday over the weekend. But come Monday, we're going to have a clear understanding of exactly what to do. And we're going to be looking for either bullish or bearish setups based on the trend and the bias that we've got. And then through all that, traders, we should be able to set ourselves up for the highest probability. Now, what is this? These three-part sections all about? It's about how do we find, all right, or let's put it this way, how do we make money by trading harmonic patterns? And this is the first part of what we do. Preparation is important. You could go ahead and deploy, buy and sell on all patterns, but remember something. If patterns are going to have a high probability, right, if they're going to have a high probability, then just deploying it bullish and bearish may get caught up in these trends that price is trying to continue in an uptrend, but we've got these bearish patterns that doesn't quantify a good reason to want to get in on that because it's against the overall trend of the market. But when price moves up to a certain level, we have waves in the market. And when price moves up to a certain level, we can anticipate and expect price to go ahead and correct itself. And trading those corrections is fine. But trading against the trend is not always the best solution. All right, traders, my name is Gary Fichardt, known to many as the FxBigDog. And this part right here, part 1, is all about finding directions and how we can make money using harmonic patterns. Hey, I'll see you back on Monday as we get ready to rock and roll and start trading. We're going to go live at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. Click the notification bell so when we do go live, you guys are ready to rock and roll and ready to trade. This is FxBigDog, and I'll see you next time.